So let's talk about something that makes my blood boil, usually at the very least. And that is global warming, climate change, etc., etc. Now, I don't dispute that the climate is changing. Obviously it is. I mean, this year has been pretty insane. You got El Nino, which makes the weather, especially in my part of the world, very, very, very hotter, more arid, drier, etc. There is global warming because there's less snow now than there was previously. There's even been less precipitation this year for whatever reason. It could be tied to the El Nino phenomenon. And in general, winters don't last as long as they used to. So obviously those are signs of climate change. Now, man-made climate change, on the other hand, they say that man is responsible for all sorts of climate change from, I don't know, the 1950s. I don't really know about that, because how in the world do you prove that? Oh, because of the levels of greenhouse gas in the atmosphere? Come on, it's a little bit more complex than that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have written like thousands of climate change reports, because then you would have been able to summarize what I just said in a couple of pages. Anyway, assuming that mankind has to do something to combat the climate change, pointing fingers at people is the wrong way to do so. Here's what you rather should be doing instead. You should be giving people more money, or you should be taking care of people's needs. If people can pay for all their bills, they can pay for their food they can eat, they don't have to run away from war or bombings or people shooting at them, and they're overall safe and happy and they have their basic needs met and well beyond that, then they will be incentivized and motivated to work on, stuff that doesn't really affect their day-to-day life. Or stuff that could potentially affect their day-to-day life, but that isn't doing so in the moment. There's a reason why most of the, let me put it like this. There's a reason why most of the people who are worried about the climate and so on live in countries like mine and in most of the Western world. And that is because life in general is good here, it's safe, people have all their basic needs met. If you're being constantly bombed, if you can't eat, if you can't pay your bills, and believe me, I've been there, I know exactly what it's like, then you don't care at all about the climate. Nobody cares about the climate if they can't pay their bills, if they can't eat, if their kids risk getting bombed. Just think. And so this is exactly what we have to do. This is exactly the way you have to persuade people to work hard to change the climate, or to combat the climate change, and to help potentially reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, assuming that that is the only thing that we can do. It's not to tell people that, hey, you can't eat meat because cows fart and burp. It is to give people more money and incentivize them to work harder, so that when all of their basic needs are taken care of, they can actually spend some of their energy and time on things that on things of that nature. Ever seen how depressed and lonely and sad most of these climate change activists are? That's because all they think about is saving the planet instead of saving themselves. I know, because I've seen a lot of those people. I even know some of those people. They're poor, they're broke, both mentally, spiritually, and physically. Oh, and also financially, of course. They're just miserable. They're like these dark, depressing clouds. Nobody wants to be around them, because all they do is see problems. They don't see solutions. And so, when it comes to persuading people to actually fighting for the climate, or working hard to prevent climate changes from accelerating, how about we focus on giving them what they need the most, namely their basic needs being met and taken care of? If you want to learn more about sales, persuasion, and business, get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching and or listening to this, and I'll see you there.